Samsung, Amazon, Google, Apple, Microsoft, and more. Let's begin. If you are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button below this video. Also, hit the bell icon next to that. Also, make sure to leave a like in this video as it helps me out a ton. Samsung announced a new smartphone, the Z4. It is running an operating system called Tizen 3.0, which is not Android. It's pretty bare bone. It runs Samsung's App Store, which is also bare bone. It's an entry-level device, really entry-level, not just like entry-level, it's just not like some Metro PCS phones. It is entry-level. It sports a 4.5-inch 800 by 480 with a 2.5D curved glass on top and is powered by an unspecified quad-core processor clocked at 1.5 gigahertz. So it doesn't even run a 720p screen. I can literally grab, like right next to me, a LG Arista with a 720p screen that cost me $60 in the stores. That's how ridiculously cheap you can get a 720p screen with the 1.5 quad-core processor. The interesting part is that they're trying to make this an Android competitor, but with all those specs, I don't see how this will happen. And other specs that it does include are a 2500 mAh battery, so okay, that's decent. With the dual SIM support in some countries and just 4G connectivity, not even LTE. So now, with that added to the side, Amazon launches an Echo Show, an Alexa-powered speaker with a touchscreen display. The screen is 7 inches and has a 5 megapixel camera on top and a speaker underneath the screen. It has all the features of the Echo and the Echo Dot, but instead you can touch to change the song and probably have some little apps on there too. And you can do Skype calls. It is on pre-order for $229.99 and will come out June 28th. So, I mean, it looks like it's cool. You can do Skype calls, Skype-style calls. I don't know how they'll do the calls correctly. But other than that, it's just pretty cool because you can do some calls on there. It works just, I would say, really well. I mean, I wouldn't say extremely really well. I'd just say well enough as far as I can see. It's cool that you don't have to, like, if you have it next to you, you can probably watch some YouTube videos on there showing you, let's say you're doing some cooking things, you can actually watch some cooking videos. Let's say your hands are dirty with, let's say you're making chicken, you can easily just ask the voice assistant for some chicken recipes. It can pop up, you can probably say scroll down, or you can say play video, and it may play video. There's just a ton of cool things that this can actually do. Like, I see potential with this object. I see potential with it. Right now, you just have to wait for it to come out, but I see potential with it. They were online show working with Pandora, Spotify, and doing video call, but they don't show what video call it does. So this one's pretty weird because Google created a mystery OS, not really mystery OS, but mystery OS in terms of like when it'll be there, what it's based off of, everything. It's called Fuchsia. It was announced a little bit ago that they were making it by dumping the Linux-based kernel in favor of one called Magenta. So basically, right now, if you're into any sort of technology and you know anything about coding, the way they make the Android right now, the way they make it work, is by using a code from Linux. So that's how they use it. So they dumped Linux completely, and they're using a new source called Magenta. So Linux is out of the question, and the new thing is Magenta. So Magenta is now out there for Google to use to base their operating system off of to make it work. So Google made it to work with the scrolling list, with your profile pic, current date, current location, and a battery icon in the center. Above the profile are story cards, which show your recently opened apps, and below the profile shows recommendations for your day, and the home button appears at the bottom when you leave that screen. We may see next week in Google's I/O conference more of the possibilities of this operating system, what it could be used on, maybe how they could integrate this operating system, because they can have the Google Play Store. They also are making it really easy in the beginning for current Google Play app developers to migrate their apps over to the new Fuchsia. So instead of pushing them away, they're bringing them forwards. Maybe a new beginning. Maybe this will also help in terms of their voice assistant. Maybe with this, they'll be able to integrate a ton more apps into their little Google assistant. Maybe they're gonna do something like the Amazon Show. I don't know. There's a ton of stuff they can do with this, but we never know what. So, with the launch of Microsoft's Windows 10s, I can't even get through it without thinking to myself how bad it's going to be. Apple's putting iTunes on the Windows 10 store. That is a great move on Apple's part, since a ton of people who own Apple devices, one including me, use Windows 10. However, Google Chrome and other third-party web browsers can't be ported to the Windows 10 store according to the Microsoft Terms of Service, because they want you to use their browser. Cuckoo, but whatever. But it's good that Apple is doing this, that Microsoft is letting Apple do this, because without that, they would lose a ton of customers. And people who use iTunes, I would want it on the store. I personally think it's cool. I wonder if it'll perform a little better if downloaded from the Windows Store. Once it comes out, I can try it on my laptop, see if it works a little better. So, Microsoft is said to be planning on taking on Amazon Alexa and Google Home. Microsoft is planning on powering a range of devices by the end of the year using its Cortana virtual assistant. To do this, Microsoft is working with companies like Samsung, Harman Kardon, Intel, and Hewlett-Packard to build these devices. So they'll have a ton of web services on there, well, not really web services, but services like Spotify and all the other stuff that that Amazon and Google can already do with their assistants. They're going to be able to integrate that into the new Cortana speakers. I wonder how they'll actually sound. Maybe it'll be a cool feature to have for those Halo fans, but we will never know, because it's just a cool little thing that could go on there, but we never know. So, that is all the news I have for today. If you did like this news, please leave a like. Please leave a like on this video, as it does help me out. If you are new here, consider subscribing and hitting that bell icon, as I post new videos every day at around 9 o'clock. Sometimes I post more than one, sometimes I go live. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below if there's any news that you want me to know that I didn't know that I didn't cover in this video. Make sure to follow me in my social media, links down below in the description. Also, make sure to check out my Patreon listed down below and consider donating there to this channel. As always, just enjoy the rest of your day.